Thank you so much for being here tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. If you've made it to the end of this video, I appreciate it. Please like, please subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out. I know some of you guys have been following my journey, and I started this channel about 4 years ago. It's wild to think that was 4 years ago. A lot has happened in 4 years, and I feel like now more than ever that we should be spreading positivity. We should be spreading love. That's what I try to do with these videos, is spread positivity and happiness and try to make people smile or laugh or think. And so thank you for being a part of that, because it does help. It helps me continue to grow and reach other people that may need to hear the message that I'm trying to spread. So thank you so much. Now, before we get into tonight's story, I just want to say thank you to all of our members. We have a bunch of new members. I'm not going to name all your names because I do not want to butcher them. But I appreciate each and every one of you so much for joining and supporting the channel. We couldn't do this without you guys. The things that we do are not cheap. So I appreciate each and every one of you for joining. And if you're not yet a member, but you would like to become one, all the information is provided below. But let's get into tonight's story. Tonight's story is going to take us over to Connecticut. This is going to be a ghost story from the Bridgeport haunted house. Now, before we get into the story of the house, let's talk about where it's located because it's very important when it comes to ghost stories. So the house is located at 2695 North Avenue in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Now, I went on Google Street View to check it out, and unfortunately, they do not have any current pictures. They have really old pictures. And so I tried to go to the actual address, and it took me to like the fire station right next door. But I did find the house on Zillow, though. So I have some newer pictures of the home. It's a beautiful home built in 1897. It has 7 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and it sits on almost 4 acres. And the home is currently up for sale for $950,000. Whoever buys this place better have a lot of money, because I looked up the property tax on this bad boy, and it's 22,000. 22,000 a year in property tax. You better have some extra cash flow coming in if you plan on purchasing this home. So now that we know where the house is located and a little bit about the home itself, let's get into the story. The house was once owned by the Beardsley family. Now, back in 1902, there were 2 brothers who owned the home. Their names were Samuel and Charles. And Samuel was the older brother. He was actually married and had children. Samuel passed away and left his estate to his brother Charles. And Charles decided he didn't want to live in the home, so he rented it out to various families throughout the years. In 1978, a woman by the name of Helen Viola, along with her husband, moved into the home. They had 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, and tragically, her son took his own life in the home. Not long after that, Helen passed away. Now, the daughter was living in the home, and she had 2 sons of her own, and they were living there with their pet dog. One night, around 2 o'clock in the morning, their dog began to growl and bark for no reason. When the girl went downstairs to see what was going on, she found a pair of feet at the bottom of the stairs. She described the feet as old, wrinkled, and hairless. Then the feet began to move and walk up the stairs. And when the girl screamed, the feet stopped moving. Years later, when the home was sold to another family, they claimed they heard footsteps above them in the middle of the night. And then one day when they were doing renovations, they found a loose floorboard. And when they lifted up the floorboard, there was a set of bones underneath. I guess it's possible that those bones belonged to the man who was known as the Coot, who walked around the neighborhood. See, back in the day, there was an elderly homeless man who lived in the woods near the house. He would walk around the neighborhood and collect bottles and cans and whatever else he could find. The locals called him the Coat because he always wore a long green coat. One day he disappeared and nobody ever saw him again. Some people believe that he was taken by the traveling carnivals that would come through town, and others believe he was taken by an animal. Either way, he mysteriously vanished and nobody knows what happened to him. Now, there's a lot more history surrounding this home that I didn't get a chance to talk about, but I highly suggest you look it up. There's a lot of good stories that surround this home. Now, before we go, I just want to mention one thing real quick. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I read online that apparently the ghosts of the home have been making regular appearances recently. People have been taking pictures, and they've been seeing figures show up in the photos. So whoever ends up buying this house, make sure you send me a copy of the photos. I would love to see them, but let me know what you think. Do you think this house is haunted? If you were the new owner, would you move in or would you rent it out? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend and like it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We're so close to a major milestone. Thank you so much for getting us here. I know I wouldn't be where I am today without you guys. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on social media. All the information is provided below, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you in my next video, which will be Monday. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.